It's Kathy again with the Self-Differentiation channel. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about anxiety. And as you study family systems theory, you'll learn about anxiety. Anxiety is kind of one of the key things that we learn about in family systems therapy. So I loved one of the Bowen Center videos that I watched on this topic. It was really good. It was really a key moment for me because um, they were talking about how you inherit, we don't inherit events from our family, we inherit the way that we respond to events. And I think there was a psychiatrist on there, and the example that he gave was like, okay, a kid could fall in a pool. And there's this broad spectrum of ways to respond to that. On one end, over here, on the high anxiety end, we could yank the kid out of the pool and say, you're never getting back in the water. And then the other end, there could be like a parent who pulls the kid out of the pool and says, "Oh, that was a fall, wasn't it? Go play." Just kind of a non-event. And so it's not the event that mattered, really. Same event. What matters is how does the family respond to the event? How do they respond to anxiety, to stress? What is their, I would say, reactivity level? Or as Jerry Wise talks about, what is their observation versus absorption level? So are you getting absorbed in the situation? Did your family teach you to get absorbed in the situation, or did they teach you to simply observe the situation and sort of be less reactive, kind of a little more responsive, less reactive? So um, it's important to think about that. There is a family genogram. First of all, if you have a Mac, there's not a good family genogram app that I found, or software for a Mac. There is one for an iPad, and there's lots of stuff if you have a PC. So that's your advantage to owning a PC. I'm a Mac girl. So I was converted long ago. But anyway, so you can do a family genogram and start looking at patterns for, and you can actually just do that on a piece of paper. There's instructions on how to do it on Google, and start looking at patterns of how your family handled stress and anxiety, and start thinking about, like, I come from a freak out family. We freak out about anything and everything. It's Chicken Little. The sky is falling. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And so for my kids, it has been a little bit stressful living with mom because you know how they say, don't scream and yell over spilled milk? Wait, is that what they say? No, that's just what I do. Oh my God! Somebody loaded the dishwasher wrong! What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's horrible. So I come from a freak out family, which is super fun to live with. It's really awesome. I have 4 kids, so they're a little tense. They're kind of afraid to do anything wrong because, you know. So I'm not kidding. Totally not kidding. So I'm going to work on that. But yeah, so we inherit how we deal with stress and anxiety, and that's just something to know. Um, and that's usually generational. I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to have an anomaly. I have one kid who kind of doesn't freak out about stuff. Thank God for her, bless her heart. Hopefully, she's not internalizing everything. She's just oblivious. Good. But so that's one concept, and the reason we want to get observational is so that we can think. I heard another Bowen Center video. I think it was a different video talking about how when anxiety goes up, problem solving goes down in your brain. But it's also the reverse. When you can stop reacting and start thinking. And here's just a really important question. You know that feeling that you get when you're like panicky? I did some time in Al-Anon. I did some time in Al-Anon, and we talked about that sort of thing in our Al-Anon meetings. Kind of that. Your husband's drunk on the couch or whatever's going on, and you're getting that feeling like it's kind of stressed, kind of panicky, kind of anxious. What do I do? So in that moment, you really want to get up. You want to first of all, you want to not do what you would normally do, whatever. It's like freak out or stress out or whatever. But try to get alone with yourself as much as possible and start analyzing. Okay, Am I responding to this situation, or am I responding to something in my past that this is reminiscent of? And how am I responding? Am I responding to this anxiety or stress with the anxiety or stress level that my family taught me? And is this really how I want to respond to this? Is this going to help? I've responded like this in the past. How has that worked out for me? How has it worked out for those around me? Not good. So that's just a little bit on anxiety, and it's kind of a key theory and or a key part of Bowen family theory. So just think about that. Think about how to start, mapping out how does my family handle stress. How did grandma handle it? How did grandpa handle it? How did mom and dad handle it? How do my siblings handle it? How do I handle it? How do my kids handle it? Just start looking around. Sure, you can look at your spouse, how his family or her family handled it. Um, so yeah, so just think about that, and start noticing patterns is really important. I think once you start noticing patterns and once you start understanding, look, it's not the events that I inherited, because you know maybe a sibling had a similar event happen, but maybe had a little bit different response or whatever. It's reactions that are important that are getting passed down. So just think about that, and feel free to comment below on what your thoughts are, or how things have worked out in your family, or whatever, and start observing your own behavior. When something happens in your life, you can actually step back and observe the situation and observe your own behavior. I mean, you could maybe be freaking out, about spilled milk. At the same time, you could be observing yourself freak out about spilled milk and saying, I see the part that I'm playing here is maybe not good, or I can see the look on my child's face, as I'm freaking out about this. They're looking a little scared over there, like they're afraid to do anything wrong. They're afraid to make mistakes. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and like. Thanks.